One of the great things about Forza Horizon 5 is that it lets you roll around in the kind of luxurious vehicle you might never catch a glimpse of in real life, putting in as many miles as you like for the low price of an Xbox Game Pass subscription. And if you're going to live the dream, you might as well dream big. So here are 10 of the most elusive and expensive cars that Forza Horizon 5 has to offer.
The Ferrari 250 GTO is a car that money can't buy. Literally. No matter how many credits you acquire busting speed traps and winning races, you won't ever be able to buy this particular piece of fine Italian engineering. Instead, you'll have to find it sat inside a shed as one of the game's many barn finds. And if you've been struggling to track down some of these hidden treasures, then don't worry. We've got a video all about fantastic barn finds and where to locate them, so feel free to check that one out after this video. This 60s classic is far from the fastest car in the game, rated only 6.4 for speed and a sluggish 3.5 for acceleration at stock, but it's certainly quick enough to be usable, and what it lacks in speed, it makes up for in style. Once this particular barn find has been unlocked, you'll find it sitting a little way east of the Los Jardines landmark.
On the other hand, money can buy the Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupé. You'll just need a heck of a lot of it. Clocking in at an eye-watering 30 million CR, the Shelby Cobra's stats aren't quite as impressive as its price tag, but still a bona fide classic that is sure to delight any car aficionado. The good news is that you also have the chance to win it as a wheel spin prize or to snatch it at the auction house, so you might not have to part with the big bucks after all. On top of that, you can unlock it for free by completing the one with the hairy chest accolade, although that does require you to complete 150 festival playlist activities and at least one festival playlist activity in every season type, so you're looking at a reasonably big time commitment either way. Then again, if it was easy, we'd all be driving them.
The 1956 Jaguar D-Type's 180mph top speed might not sound like much compared to some of Forza Horizon 5's modern supercars, but if you consider that it's an open-top car that hails from the pre-seatbelt era, it suddenly feels a whole lot more daring to drive. It comes with a price tag befitting a vintage work of art, with 22 million credits required to drive it off the lot. Fortunately, you can also nab it by completing the Sold Out accolade, which involves first completing the Fine Selection accolade, followed by Spoiled for Choice, and then bulk buying. So you've got your work cut out either way, but this car is guaranteed to make you feel at least 12% more like Don Draper while you drive it, and who could put a price on that?
Dipping back even further into the past with the Mercedes-Benz W154, it may cost you a hefty 20 million credits, but this silver bullet of a car is truly something special. Now, it has come shooting straight out of 1939, so it does look a little like something you'd see speeding past Dick Dastardly in wacky races, but take it for a spin and you'll quickly find that this motor is no laughing matter. The sheer amount of speed it's packing is insane for a pre-war race car, although that braking and handling stats do show its age a little more. But it was a different time, people didn't worry so much about things like horrifying car crashes. If you'd like to try your hand in this old-timey speed machine, you'll be rewarded with a W154 if you successfully collect every other Mercedes-Benz in the game. Or if that sounds like too much work, you can also head to the auction house and make a bid, although don't expect it to come cheap.
McLaren's Batmobile-looking F1 GT 1997 is another upmarket car which is good for a lot more than just looking pretty. With excellent speed and handling stats, it makes a viable option for the retro supercar category, while a little bit of tinkering underneath the hood can also turn it into a pretty proficient drag racer, hitting 280 mph on the old speedometer. Not bad for a car that came out the same year as Flubber. Its 15 million credit price tag is a little hard to swallow, but if you play your cards right over at the auction house, you could grab it for a mere fraction of that. And if you're really lucky, you might even catch it in a wheel spin.
Then there's the Ferrari 250 Testa Rossa. With an elegant shape inspired by Formula 1 cars, only 34 of these were ever built in real life, so you'll be joining an incredibly exclusive club anytime you take it out for a spin. It comes in at a tiny 16.4 million, and you can also bid on it in the auction house or win it in a wheel spin, which is great because it's actually also a slightly better car with a 6.3 speed stat compared to the California's 5.4. It also wins the contest in handling, acceleration, and launch. While the Testa Rossa is slightly less capable of the off-road side of things, who would want to take a car this pretty out into the wilderness anyway?
This classic 50s car was designed to combine the raw power of Ferrari's race cars with the comfort and luxury of their road models. Thanks to its open-top design, you can hear the distinctive roar of the Tipo 128F Colombo V12 engine as you whiz down the road. Between how gorgeous it looks and sounds, no real car lover's collection is complete without one of these in their garage. The Ferrari 250 California is worth a cool 18.5 million credits if you purchase it at the auto show, but you might be able to shave a bit off that price down at the auction house, and there's always the chance of scoring one for free as a wheel spin or super wheel spin prize.
While you're at the auction house, you might also be able to find a decent deal on a Bugatti Divo 2019, which will otherwise set you back a cool 3 million. Either way, it should prove to be a wise investment. The Divo is a really great car straight out of the box with a top speed some way above 200 miles per hour, so you should barely even need to tune it up before you hit the track. With some wild handling and acceleration stats as well, it's great for pretty much any event that takes place on the tarmac. And it's a great example of Forza Horizon 5 letting you play out a dream scenario that's unlikely to happen in real life. Even if you did have a few million extra quid to hand, only 40 Bugatti Divos were ever produced anyway, and every one of them was sold before they even made it off the production line.
Those of you who watched our recommended cars video will know that the Koenigsegg Jesko is an absolute speed demon. It might even be the quickest car in the game, rocking a top speed of close to 300 miles per hour even before you've tuned it. Ideal for dominating danger zones, speed traps, and generally doing anything that involves going really, really fast. You'll unlock it as a reward for completing the V10 story, which can actually be done pretty early on in the game, or alternatively, you can just cough up the 2.8 million credits and buy it yourself. The Jesko is an early opportunity to get some serious horsepower underneath you, so you should make obtaining it one of your first priorities in Forza Horizon 5, whichever way you choose to go about it.
Fans of the Forza Horizon series will feel their ears twitching at the very mention of the Ferrari 599X Evolution. It was one of the fastest cars around in the fourth game, devastating the British countryside and even bursting past the fabled 300 miles per hour barrier if you tuned it up just right. It actually went so fast that it would leave a trail of sparks behind it thanks to its insanely low ground clearance. While it may have toned down a little for the trip to Mexico, it can still corner effectively at speeds up to 200 miles per hour if you tune it up correctly, making it an absolutely lethal race car. Plus, it's much easier to get your hands on this time around. While Forza Horizon 4 usually kept it back as a seasonal reward, 5 lets you pick it up anytime you like for a mere 2.6 million credits.
So, consider that your Forza Horizon 5 shopping list. Any one of these cars would make a dazzling addition to your collection, so put your foot down and start building up those credits to make the ride of your dreams a beautiful reality. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for even more Forza Horizon 5 tips and tricks, and thanks as always for watching. Bye!